All right, let's get a quick update with Ethereum, crypto in general, the overall plan for the weekend. And if I don't have any more chances to get any more updates out over the weekend, at least this will get everybody through till Sunday or Monday. So what we're looking at here is, I still say we're with the plan, and I say that the biggest problems crypto market is having right now is just its correlation with the stock markets, with the Nasdaq, the S&P, etc. The fact that the stocks are selling off and crypto's chasing them is the reason for the sell-offs, in my opinion, at this point today and going into the closing of this week. However, as the markets close today in about 2.5 hours from now, or 2 hours from now, when the markets close, what we're looking at is relieving the downward pressure, in my opinion, on the crypto markets. I believe at that point, over the course of this next couple of days of the weekend, I believe this finishes playing out exactly almost as I've drawn it with the squiggly lines here. I think we come back up and touch this line, maybe even wick through it a bit so that on the lower time frames, people start thinking it's support, start thinking we're shooting straight to 1800, which I'm not saying is out of the question. You've got a lot of pent up overselling going on. It would just make the nuke that much stronger, basically, going into next week if they do run it up further. I'd watch for large buys coming in from institutions and whales to push it up and continue to manipulate. But for the most part, I think that really what you're looking at is a push up into this 1450 to 1500 range. And that will relieve this selling pressure through the weekend and also get some more liquidity running around, getting some crazy bulls to come in and placing some calls, probably some leverage going here. Start thinking about 1800. The crazy ones will start talking about 2000 and turn into support already. So, what I think is, I think that once again, not financial advice, just educational purposes. But what I think we're going to see here is, I think we're going to see this pressure relieve as the markets close. I think over the course of the weekend, we run up into this range. And then when we get the bad news coming into, or I can't say that it's for sure bad news, but just kind of the way things are going, they seem to be playing these games. And then as we go into next week with CPI and who knows what else will come out, talks of nuclear war or more inflation or something, I think we can come down and test this, possibly bounce a few times. So I didn't put the line straight through. Maybe a day or two on here, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. And then boom, drop through, come down into these ranges. Maybe 1,050, 1150 holds just as, psychological levels. It seems amazing to be buying there. But really, the support is down here at 1,050, and we've had wicks down to 1,000 even. You look back here. This is what you want to use for reference. This, just happened not too long ago. This is July. Has nothing to do with the overall lows prior. So, this is kind of our market structure right here that hopefully holds. And when we drop down here, that would be, in my opinion, personally for me, where I'll be trying to load up the boat and do some more buying, not just on this, but, looking at stocks and other charts that are correlated in this, general type of buying opportunity, and start looking for at least a relief rally leg up, even if we, just later, for instance, with Ethereum, get this out of the way, then come back up into these ranges. I could easily see us push back up into the 1800 to 2000s, and then if by then we have changes in narratives or Fed pivots or some sort of easing in the war or the economy, this could easily be bounced, flipped into support, and we're off to the races. But for the most part, right now, what I would focus on is, I believe we come up here, hit this, end up back down here for a test, which could be a buying opportunity to then go. But depending on how crazy the news gets next week or how out of line the CPI reports are, we've tapped here a lot. And, when you tap and revisit too many more times without going back up to the next level and creating a new level of support, a lot of times you're going to break through. No, look what I just did. A lot of times you're going to break through. So what I would be looking for, unless this goes, through with confirmation, is I would be looking to come up here, sweep some highs for liquidity, grab some extra people to jump in and ape in with shorts, and then nuke this down next week with CPI data. So everyone trade wisely and safely through the weekend, and remember, capital preservation is most important. Diamond handing things is not always the way. Hopefully, people learned that through the AMC, GME, GameStop sagas, or possibly holding lots of coins from the peaks, thinking that you would, have found support long ago. And I'm in that boat with you. Got lots of accounts that are 60, 70, 80 plus percent down on the year. So it happens to all of us. It is what it is. I'm really good at giving better advice than I take myself. I'll give other people great plays, tell them where to look for resistance, where to pull, take profits, and then I'll turn around and hit resistance and try to go for a bullish move, and I'll buy into it or something and not follow my own advice. So try to take my cautious advice and try to keep your emotions, your adrenalines, your over bullish and or even bearish opinions in check. And if you're on Twitter, try to make sure that your feed has a good amount of quality bears and bulls. I mean, really open your mind to both sides of a decision when you're making it. Even if you don't want to, short, or if you only short and you don't want a long, it's still good to educate yourself with both sides of it. I also think it's good for traders to share their mistakes when they make them, and let people know that they're normal too. Too much influencing becomes like a flex and just kind of like an ape only movement. So you guys stay safe out there.